Hey, thanks so much for tuning in. My name is Chris. Today we're going to talk a little bit about how to set up conferences in Google Meet. And we've got several different ways to do that. I've already pre-flighted some ways in doing this, so we're going to get started right away. If you go to googlemeet.com or meet.google.com rather, I can go ahead and join or start a meeting. And typically this is fine if you don't have any predetermined, if you want to set up a bunch of students ahead of time and not set up any time slots, that's okay. You can do that. You can just go ahead and create in a name here. Johnny jumps a lot here. And I'm going to hit continue. And I've already done that on here, so let's go in. Here's Johnny's conference. Here's Johnny's already I've set up. And you can join now, or you can just kind of get it ready. And it already has a Google Meet ID up here on the upper left. So what I want to do with that is I can star that and make that a favorite. I can bookmark this tab here. So if I do that, I'm going to call this Johnny J. I can save it to the bookmarks bar. I can save it in a special folder in the bookmarks bar. That's fine. I'm going to click done. I've done that before on several different Google Meets that I've created before, like a Monday brown bag session. And this is just something that I can always just go back to, and that's always my session. As long as you don't let that go over 90 days without being used, then you can continue to use that Google Meet link here. So with that said, we're going to jump right into the next portion of how you would schedule that. You could go into your Google Calendar. Oops, let me jump into this. So let's go to Google Calendar. Here I can go ahead and click on a link here. And it'll bring up, okay, let's say I want to put in Johnny Jump a Lot here, Johnny J. Here I can put in a description or an attachment. Here what I could do is take that link that I previously made, copy that URL, and then I can paste it in the description. I can also just email that to the parents and just schedule this without adding a Google Meet video conference already in there. So let's jump into a conference that I want to schedule, and I want to schedule a whole day's worth out. If I've got my students having their devices at home, this is going to be very easy to where I go in and I click on a time frame, and here you can see Johnny's already at 3:30. Here I've got I clicked on the 2 o'clock time frame, 2 to 2:15. I already kind of pre-flighted this a little bit, so I already set this up ahead of time. It's not an all-day deal. Here's what I can do with this. If I want to add guests and I want to add my student to this, I'm just going to add their email address, so I'm just going to add the word test. Here's test middle school student. And when the student logs into their Chromebook and they go to meet.google.com and it gets to that time frame of where they're supposed to be at, it'll show that they've got a meeting, and they can enter that meeting and just wait in that room until I'm ready to come in. I already clicked on the Join with Google Meet. Do not make it a Zoom meeting. Just join with Google Meet, and you don't have to add a location or anything like that. And then all I have to do from here is save. When it gets when the student logs in on their Chromebook, and you let the parents know, hey, say you log in at this time, kind of be ready to go, and the student will see at meet.google.com that they have an upcoming meeting. Now let's jump into using a phone for this. Let's say I've got parents at home, they don't have a device for their student for whatever reason, and you want to join in using a cell phone. You can go into let's say you don't have a laptop or something that you can work off of, or your desktop doesn't have a microphone. You could still use an iPad to where you can get into the Google Meet app on the iPad, and you can still join that Google Meet as long as you've got that code. And then the parents, you can provide them with a phone number. So you as the teacher would click on dial in up here, and you could provide this ahead of time to the parents saying, hey, dial into this phone number, and then there's a PIN that you'll get when you're prompted for that. And all they do is they type that in, put in the PIN, and then from your device, whatever device that is, whether it's an iPad or a computer or a Chromebook, you can be talking on that, and the parents would be talking to you over the phone through that device. And so they call in their phone, you talk to them on your iPad or your computer, and you're golden. So it works pretty well. The internet is very slow today, so I won't carry on too much further with this, but you'll see eventually that you'll get a phone number that they can dial and a PIN down here. And it's probably best that it doesn't show up right at this point because I don't want people prank calling anything or setting up something. With that said, if you have any further questions, make sure you reach out to me. Thanks so much for watching. As always, if you like this, make sure you hit the like button down below and make sure you hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell. That way, when new content's pushed out, you'll be the first to know. Thanks so much for watching and have a great rest of the day.